Adam Boz worked for years as a bird biologist before turning to falconry. Now his company, Hawk on Hand, trains these majestic birds of prey for a number of different roles, including private, family-friendly falconry experiences.
You always want to have your left shoulder pointing in the direction of the bird, and then basically you're just going to lift your glove straight ahead. All right, go for it. I think it's particularly important in urban areas for people to have meaningful relationships with the natural world, and one of the best ways to do that is through direct hands-on experiences with animals. It reaches something kind of innate and primitive in us, and so it's just a universal thing. I've seen a lot of barn owls in the wild, and you get this fleeting glimpse of them. It just looks like a white bird. You see them up close, actually the plumage is incredible. It brings me joy to see, you know, the joy it brings other people. I've had people just full-on hysterically crying when the hawk lands on their glove. It can be really moving and special for people, and so it's moving and special for me. So this guy's name is Jasper, and he's a 6-year-old Harris's hawk. That's the species. This is a type of hawk from Central and South America. They come up into the deserts of Arizona and Texas, but they don't live right in the LA area. Falconry itself is a 5,000-year-old form of hunting. It involves using trained birds of prey, like hawks and falcons, to hunt for smaller animals. It's not specific to falcons. Actually, it refers to hunting with any bird of prey. So falcons, hawks, owls, or eagles. I worked as a bird biologist for about 10 years, and I pivoted to falconry from that. So, you know, my background is in biology and conservation, and my approach to falconry is more rooted in biology and conservation. I do hunt with my birds, that's important, but I didn't grow up hunting. I didn't come from a hunting family. I got really interested and drawn to these birds because of a real fascination and appreciation for predators and, you know, a desire to kind of get up close and personal with them. This is a GPS transmitter, it's a tracking device. I put a bell on it also, but this connects to a satellite, sends a signal to my phone, so I can see on my phone where he is. Training any animal, it's a lifelong pursuit. You never stop training an animal. But usually it takes me about 8 weeks to get a bird that's completely wild and get it trained to the point where I trust it, it trusts me, and I can let it go and it will come back to me when I call it. Well, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. So I keep it pretty casual, so definitely ask questions as we go. My company, Hawk on Hand, does essentially 3 things. One is we provide educational experiences where the general public can come. You learn about the biology of these birds, you get to hold them and fly them, and it's a little educational crash course. But the other 2 aspects of my work are basically very high-end sustainable pest control. I get hired by shopping centers and hotels and residential complexes to use my birds to chase away pigeons and crows and other pesky nuisance birds. And then the third aspect of my work is, you know, handling on set for movies, television shows, music videos, things like that. And then I will have you squeeze these straps.
I've always wanted to meet a barn owl, so it's really cool to like be face to face with one. And I mean, when do you get to pet an owl? You only see him like swooping through the sky in the middle of the night, so it's really awesome.
He'll land right on the dot, and now you'll lift your arm. Perfect.
Adam being like having a scientific background and his just totally in-depth knowledge of birds overall is just really fun to be around, honestly, and you kind of just can't stop picking his brain.
This bird's name is Canoni. This is a type of a very rare bird. It's a type of hawk from Eastern Africa. It's called an auger buzzard. People want to believe that there's this deep spiritual bond. I feel that towards them, but it's kind of not reciprocated. From their standpoint, from the bird's standpoint, it's a very transactional relationship. They see me as a constant food source. I'm providing them with high quality meat every day. They trust me, they're comfortable around me, they like me just fine, but at the end of the day, they're really in it for the food. I'm in it for a variety of things. You know, I just enjoy being around them and watching them fly and learn and seeing how their brain works and how they figure things out and solve problems. But yeah, the relationship is, it's a little one-sided, I would say, in falconry. I get asked all the time, well, what is a falconer doing living in LA? It seems a little incongruous, and I agree, it is. And there's something about that tension or that juxtaposition between the modern and the ancient and the natural and the urban that I really like. I like to play around in that space, and I think it's interesting, and like the possibilities are kind of endless. Nice job.
For more information on Adam's falconry experiences, go to hawkonhand.com.